Today, I'm critiquing this $38 million property and then giving it an Arvin score at the end of the video. So if you buy, build, or design a property like this one day, you won't make the same mistakes. I'm Arvin Haddad. I'm the How to Buy a Mansion guy. Let's watch this video together.
So with this home, we wanted to create a very warm, natural atmosphere with all the materials, with all the finishes and textures working together to create really harmony inside the house and even making the connection from the exterior, from the architecture, all the way to the small details.
The design of this home is a testament to how well thought out finishes and meticulous attention to detail can come together to create a space that not only looks beautiful, but also feels warm and comfortable.
Did you spot the flaw? I always pause the frame and ask my subscribers if they can spot the flaw because it's a muscle you have to exercise. 3, 2, 1. Privacy issue. The whole ridge. We got houses overlooking your backyard, if you can call it a backyard, because it was a terrace with a swimming pool. But there's more than that. We got to find out why this property hasn't sold, because it's been on the market for a very long time and it was last pitched at $30 million. Let's see what's wrong with it.
The architecture of this home is really unique. On the first floor, we have these vertical board formed concrete walls transitioning to the second floor. And on the second floor, you can see these beautiful vertical metal screens.
Beautiful? Really? It looks like a mental hospital. Most importantly here, you don't have no frontage. Nothing. Nada de nada. Like you're literally on the street. And they've created this metal facade to really hide the windows and like create a little privacy for the interior. And I would not call this beautiful at all whatsoever. Now, location wise, we're in Bel Air. We're like middle Bel Air, like not lower Bel Air, not higher Bel Air, like the average area. But most importantly, it's on Stradella. And Stradella is an artery connecting LA, like Beverly Hills, Bel Air area, to the valley. Because the 405 gets really busy. During the rush hour, you see lines of car just going up and down, and it's a nightmare. It's really, really a big negative if you're not off a street off Stradella. So this is also a negative.
Now coming here, we have this gate opening up to the cobblestone driveway, and this driveway leads us down to the subterranean garage, which we'll see later in the tour. That glass opening right there is the office, which we're also going to check out in a bit. And yeah, this is the driveway and basically the walkway that takes you to the front door.
Wait a minute. There's no like separate pedestrian walkway. You have to go through this ugly like tunnel. It's like one of those missile cities in Iran, you know? It's you got to have a separate pedestrian entrance. Why would you not create that? Maybe they didn't have the space, but overall, a very tight frontage. This is really not the front of the house. It's the corner of the house right next to the neighbor. Okay, not ideal whatsoever.
And coming right here to set the tone for this house, we have this beautiful water feature. Steps are nicely integrated. And as I go to the other side, we have the front door here. I really like the entry of this property because we have beautiful wood plank ceilings. They brought those travertine walls to the interior, so the design feels very cohesive. Beautiful oak paneling on this side, and this hallway takes us to the main seating area, living room, dining area. But before we go to this section, I want to start our tour with the office. I really like the design of this room. Desk in the center, built-ins on the back with LED lighting, chandelier above, beautiful warm tones. And coming to this side, we have a seating area, massive picture window facing the cobblestone driveway, and it is this beautiful architectural opening.
This seems like a room for your chauffeur to check on the cars or something. Okay, I'm glad that the office is very close to the front door, so like people don't have to come through the house if you have some business to take care of. But this is a really uninspiring location for an office. I mean, I don't know what beauty he sees in this. It's really ugly.
Now, let's take everybody back here. I love this room. Motorized sliding glass doors open up. perfect indoor-outdoor flow. And let's continue our tour with the formal living room. Minimalist seating, stunning coffee tables. I love the decor in this room or in this house. On the other side, we can see the fireplace section looks very exquisite. The use of travertine reveals patterns. This design here is very tasteful. Now, continuing our tour, we have a really nice bar here, staircase going down to the lower level as well as the second floor.
Did you spot the flaw? I give you another one. 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Overall, beautiful material, very curated, round edges, earthy tones. But guess what? One too many material again. You do not need to get really excited to keep using multiple different material to show you're good in design. The space is amazing, actually. When you look at it, the volume is very efficient. It's like a small mansion, shall we say. You have the formal living room separated by the dining room and the family room, and the kitchen is right there, your office over here, and there's a bar over here. Really good. All open up without any separation to the outdoor patio. Beautiful. But you just didn't have to use the, gray stone, travertine floors, wood paneling, different color wood on top, another finish on the travertine over here around the bar. Too much, okay?
Now, right behind me is the dining area. Solid wood table, seating for 8, chandelier above. And because this section is right in the center of the main floor, you get to enjoy these amazing views, seamless transition to the outside. In fact, before we see the family room, I want to take everybody to the patio. Space heaters above, built-in speakers, recessed lights, glass railing. You have your outdoor dining area here and the steps taking you down to this amazing infinity edge pool. White plaster, incorporated jacuzzi. We have this beautiful mosaic tile around the perimeter of this pool and these amazing views.
What? Like 20 homes overlook your swimming pool. Like, you see, elevation really matters, okay, when you're hillside. If you get views from a high elevation, there's another ridge right above you overlooking your property. This swimming pool is like a stage. You're really offering your privacy to them. Not ideal. And guess what? In this price point, especially in a city like Los Angeles, privacy is extremely important. And this is perhaps one of the biggest downfalls next to the facade of the building that is really doesn't set the tone for how good the finishes are on the inside. Because so far on the inside, for when it was built, very well done, very beautiful. But the facade doesn't do that. I've driven past this property and it never caught my eye. In fact, when I looked at it, I thought it was ugly. I thought it was, a mental hospital. It's so cold.
We have this hillside here, super green. It's been raining a lot lately. So we have this lush scenery, Pacific Ocean right in front of us, all the way to Catalina. And yeah, you get to live in this amazing environment. In fact, around the corner, we have the biggest residential home in the United States. Obviously, it sold last year. Brendan and Rainey were also the listing agent. And if you haven't seen our tour of the one, make sure to check it out. We'll leave the links in the description. So yeah, your neighbors with the one.
Okay, he's trying to create an association to build value. Do not pay attention to that. But there's 3 more things. I have a critique of the one. You should watch it. It's incredible. Second, he mentioned rain, okay, on the hillside, and it's very green. Typically, these hills do not look like this. And when you do get the occasional rain, these vegetations grow, and then when we hit the dry season and we get the Santa Ana winds, these brushes hit each other and create heat, and that's how the fires start. In fact, Stradella itself had a massive fire in the 70s, okay? And that is always a risk with buying a hillside property in California, because guess what? Fire moves up. If there's a fire in between these ridge, as it goes up, it comes up to the higher ridge and burns the houses over here. So getting insurance on this property is almost probably impossible or extremely expensive. And then their views. I'll talk about them later in the video.
Now, on the pool level, we have this patio, again, travertine floors, seating section, lounging area, and steps taking you back to the main level.
Not so quick. So you just got to really cross out the family for this house right off the bat. Now, there's a great school right off Stradella. It has one of the best public schools in the area. And you're just really not attracting that demographic who would purchase a property in this area because you have no backyard, 0, and no privacy. So that is one of the other big flaw of this property, that as much as they've put the caissons to extend it out and push it, give it an artificial backyard, it just really doesn't cut it for a family.
You have the outdoor dining area here. Next to that is the bar that leads us to the side of the home. Outdoor kitchen, gas grill, pizza oven, outdoor staircase. And this section is really nice because you can access it from the kitchen very easily. All right, welcome to the family room. I love this L-shaped couch, 2 chairs, coffee table in the center, linear fireplace. Again, same materials that are also incorporated here. Travertine on the walls, oak paneling, slotted section here. Looks beautiful, very timeless. And coming here, more open shelving. Bronze shelves are beautifully incorporated. LED lighting. Design elements of this home are just beautiful.
I have to agree. Again, for especially when it was built, you see a lot of experimentation over here. It wasn't refined back then. Now you see this exact design has been a little bit more refined over the time. But I have to say this type of finishes and colors and material was very, very fresh 3 years ago. I want to say when this property first came on the market.
Next, we have the kitchen. I'm really gonna take my time to talk about the design elements here because this has to be one of the most beautiful kitchens we have ever toured on our channel, and I really mean that. It's not the biggest space, but the way this island is designed, how it frames the room, cabinetry, finishes, these exquisite details, radiuses that we're gonna see throughout, tie it all together and give you this timeless and warm feel.
I love this floor. So far, really good. For the square footage that they've had, they've really created an entertaining space, open layout, and spaces kind of connect effortlessly without being room to room or dividers. And the kitchen feels so warm. And again, these round elements 3-4 years ago was incredible. It was probably designed 5 years ago and it was finished 3 years ago. So it's, hats off. They were definitely pioneers in building out this type of finishes and aesthetics in the marketplace, and it's a beautiful kitchen. Very well done.
Open shelving, all bronze, few cabinets or the drawers down below. Coming here, your first dishwasher, main sink.
Okay, I really don't like these ovens, and now you're thinking, Arvin, you just said it's really gorgeous. Look, things can always get better, okay? And that's what we have this channel. That's why you're a subscriber, because you can make improvements on any design, okay? In a case like this, when you already had 3-4 different material playing beautifully with each other, you had the brass, you had the travertine, you had the oak finish cabinets, that's enough. That black gives you such a big pop. In a case like this, I would have gone with a range that had the oven underneath, or put in the oven in the lower cabinets where you would have had, were a little bit more hidden. This black, the way it pops out, it just really, to me, it cheaps out the look.
And in front of that, we have this sliding glass window opening up to a counter that faces the outdoor kitchen. So there's a nice continuity there. And when you're preparing your meals or doing a barbecue, you can basically access to the outside there easily.
And wave to the neighbors. Again, the setbacks are really tight. You can see this is, again, not the prime area, lower Bel Air, where you get these estates, proper setbacks from each other. You're very, very close to your neighbors. In fact, you can probably see the property next door as well, on the other side of the street over here. And you have your neighbor towering over you with a higher elevation looking in, and you don't have any blinds to cover that to your kitchen, which is a very intimate space. Not ideal.
And continuing this way, we have more cabinetry here, and the first door on my right-hand side opens up to the chef's kitchen. This is an impressive space. You already have the main kitchen, but coming in here, you have a Wolf gas stove, sink, another dishwasher, hood vent above, ton of cabinetry, open shelving, commercial sub-zero fridge here.
The counter space is on the low side, but overall tucked away, not a bad chef's kitchen.
Now, going back to the hallway, right on the other side, we have a full bathroom. Now, you may ask why we have a full bathroom here. Because you have a door that opens up to the side of the property that leads you to the pool area. This is your pool bathroom.
If they had an outdoor shower somewhere in the property, would have been really ideal to accommodate that instead of an indoor shower. But again, I'm glad they have it and they thought about it. The layout so far is really working well on this floor. Very efficient, minimum amount of waste.
Continuing the hallway, door at the end opens up to the laundry room. 2 washers, 2 dryers, ton of cabinetry, comes with a sink. And the last door at the end of this hallway opens up to the first bedroom, which could be a great maid's quarters, another office. Comes with a full bathroom, travertine finishes. Just a really nice space. Now, I want to take everybody back to the staircase so we can talk about this section. Again, we have the staircase here, But I want to take everybody this way so we can talk about this beautiful bar, travertine front, travertine countertops, LED lighting, curved corners. You have a small sink, fridge, ice maker here, some open shelving, more of these bronze tones, and this section just complements the main floor, and
it gives utility to the formal living space. It's a little bit farther away, but overall they found a little cavity and they tucked in a beautiful bar on this side. I talk about wow factors in my channel where like when you walk in, you turn your neck to be surprised, and that's one of them. It's kind of an internal wow factor, right? You come in, you see the greenery, you see the view, but when you turn around and you see a beautiful feature on this side, it's really pleasant. And these moments are the ones that really like make people pay up. But let's find out why they haven't paid up, because this property has been on the market for a long time.
this floor is really exciting. We have an amazing lounge here, spa, gym, bedroom at the end, this open wine cellar. But before we continue to this side, I actually want to take everybody this way so we can check out the subterranean garage. This is an amazing space, tiled floors, great ceiling height.
Great ceiling heights. Okay, bro, you can touch it. I don't understand why he has to like exaggerate these things. Just say it the way it is.
I really like how these columns create these moments or these spaces for you to feature some art, spotlights above, and this is the cobblestone driveway that we mentioned earlier. Now let's go back to the landing so we can continue our tour with the lounge on the other side. Again, we have the wine cellar here, seating area. But first, let's focus on the wet bar. Table in the center, seating for 4, dark mirror wall, and then we have the seating area here, L-shaped couch, 2 coffee tables, chairs on the other side, beautiful light fixture above, padded walls, curtain wall here, wine cellar on the other side. We have these curtains opening up to the movie theater. I love how it's incorporated into the seating area. Same carpet continues, dual elevation, comfortable seating.
I really like this. Even though we didn't have the movie theater on the upper floor because there's just no room for it. It's a much smaller square footage home. This whole basement experience has been exquisite. Very efficient, zero waste. The way you centralize the stairway coming down to the basement and giving that volume, even in a cozy way, makes such a big difference. I hate it when you enter a hallway and then you have rooms of different experiences. It just destroys the whole basement experience, okay? This is done right, even on a small square footage. I would have preferred to see in a pool table where the seating arrangement is next to the bar to give it more utility, and then had a seating arrangement that is more natural instead of a movie theater over here by the movie theater, by the media room, because I hate these movie theater seating arrangements. It's just stupid, especially on a very small setting like this. But the space is just efficient, cozy, inviting, really beautiful, well done.
Back to the landing. By the way, there's another curtain here if you want to close off this section. Again, your wine cellar. Behind the staircase, we also have a powder bathroom for this level. And continuing here, travertine floors, curved corners to soften up the spaces. And the first room on our left-hand side is the gym. Rubber floors. They even brought the travertine element to the gym here.
Okay, you look into the septic tank. Not really inspiring when you're working out. And it's a small gym. The fact that there's no equipment here makes it look a lot bigger. I think it's a pretty small gym, but again, it has a window looking out. Again, efficiency over here. They're like, trying to make decisions. Do I give more room to the media room, the bar, and everything? I think it's at least proportional.
And this is your gym. Now, going to the other side, we have the spa. This is a really nice space. You have a massage table here, built-in bar, another sink, open shelving. And coming this way, really nice dressing table with a circle mirror, wall sconces. And on the other side, we have the steam room. This has to be one of the most beautiful steam rooms we have ever toured on this channel. So this is a Patagonia stone. It's a quartzite. And they hydroblasted these slabs of Patagonia to get this flat and kind of textured look.
Now, I'm not a big fan of this Patagonia stone at all, but this is the best execution I've seen of this stone. When you hydroblast it, you take that shine away from it, and it just looks a little bit more natural. It is very busy, but perhaps not the worst place to use it in a, steam sauna. Again, I like the fact that they framed it. It's working for me. I'm super happy with this level. The fact that it has a steam sauna, it has a dry sauna. Again, the execution has been really, really good. And I'm pretty sure they don't have a cold plunge, which again, in my book is 100% if you have a spa. If you have a dry or steam sauna, you need a cold plunge.
So this house is the combined effort of an all-star team with David, Dieter, Seota, and all of the employees that built this place. I wanted something that is timeless, that is modern.
Did you hear what he just said? All-star team, and it hasn't sold. Why? So he's done everything right. Look, he even bought this lot for dirt cheap. He bought it for in 2014 for 1.79. Dirt cheap. Like, it's a no-brainer project to make money, and I'm sure he will make money because he bought the lot for pennies on the dollar, which is like the cheapest you could buy it at that time. And he still can't sell his property, even though he's put, his best dream team together. And so far, so good. I mean, very minor problems here, okay? So I will give you a hint how I would help him if he was in my inner circle, because I like him. I don't like cheap people. And he's actually gone out, worked really hard, tried to create something special out of a mediocre lot, okay? The privacy issue is obvious. The backyard problem is not good. But the one thing that I think in the easiest way you can fix about this property to actually sell the property, because he recently had it on the market and it didn't sell again, is the front facade. It does not talk to the interior whatsoever. If you want bang for your buck improvement, buddy, change the facade. And it's an easy fix. Where the hell did you use white mirrors on the inside to have that on the exterior? It looks like a mental institution from the outside. You have the concrete board form on the bottom. You should have gone with copper, bronze, wood paneling, vegetation. Bring that mix in and it doesn't even cost you that much. It's such an easy fix. You gotta set the expectations. The whole experience starts from the outside and it really sucks from the outside.
We wanted to create a very warm, natural atmosphere with all the materials, with all the finishes and textures working together to create really harmony inside the house, and even making the connection from the exterior, from the architecture, all the way to the small details.
Okay, let's talk about the back facade of the property, which still sucks. It's slightly better than the front. Why? You see a little bit of copper bronze in the corner. You see a little bit of wood paneling over here. But overall, it looks like a white box. I think they should have really doubled down on that natural tone, that copper, that brass, that concrete, and a lot more lush greenery, okay? They have a little bit of a garden on the upper floor, which is really interesting. You don't see that often, but the landscaping is just garbage. What is this? You should have made it more tropical, a little bit hidden, a little bit mystery. That combination of darker material and tones and textures that you had on the interior would also work on the exterior. If you do that, I think you will have a way higher chance of selling this property, even though the market for this sucks. Now, I'm going to give it an Arvin score at the end of the video, so make sure you watch till the end.
Now let's go check out the bedroom. White oak hardwood floors, stairs bringing you down to the lower level where we have the king size bed, bedside tables, massive window bringing natural light. And Colin, guess what's above us right now?
Is it the kitchen?
We are right underneath the pool.
That was off. The kitchen is all the way on the other side. Okay, this is not ideal, okay? Pools leak. So putting actual living spaces under huge volumes of water, especially with earth settling, earthquakes, all those elements, again, to me, in my book, it's just a matter of time. Again, the fact that they actually have a guest bedroom on the lower floor away from the higher floor where potentially could be yourself and friends or closer friends is really ideal. So you get one maid's room on the main floor, appropriate, and one guest bedroom on the lower floor that they could have their own privacy. Again, the bedroom distribution, fantastic.
And with that, we're done on the lower level. Now, let's check out the second floor. Hold that thought. At this point, you all can tell that I really like this house. In fact, I liked it so much that I invited my friend and popular YouTuber, Sarah Dici, to come check it out.
Hello everyone, my name is Sarah Dici, rhymes with Peachy. Welcome to a Enes video. I wish it was my house, it's so beautiful. I've been watching the videos for a year, 2 years, and I am just astounded by this property. It's so stunning, but it makes me feel like, more importantly, I'm in an Enes video. I'm kind of fangirling right now.
Dude, I'm in all of the Enes videos. Don't get excited. Why is she here? Are you an expert in some field?
She's in town and I was like, you gotta come check it out. Owner was nice enough to be okay with her coming, and here we are, infinity edge pool.
And the finishes, I think that's like the views. Okay, views stunning.
Okay, the views are not stunning. She's no expert. The views are a 6. First of all, that mountain does not look like that. Okay, 95% of the time it looks brown. Okay, not pretty. Then the views is cut. You see houses on the ridge. They look into you. You have a little corridor of a view which is far away, and you barely would ever see the ocean. Do not call that an ocean view. Okay, you get a little, focal point in. Is that Wilshire Corridor? Or I don't think it's Century City. It's so far away, I can't even tell. From some bedroom somewhere in the house, you get a downtown LA view. If you see a partial view from a corner of your eye, if your eyes are cross-sighted, it doesn't count. Don't be like, oh my God, and we saw down. It doesn't count, okay? It's just, I like that's just like a little tip, okay? It's not the main dish. It's not the main fee for the property.
Landing on the second floor is really special. Hardwood floors, ton of natural light coming in. Stone wall continues all the way to the third floor. And I say third floor because we actually have a rooftop deck that we're gonna see later. Skylights bring in natural light. Before we go to this wing, I actually wanna take everybody this way. We have this door here opening up to the first bedroom, full-size bed, bedside tables, hardwood floors. Room is very cozy, has these really unique angular lines.
Because the house is off center, right? The house is like a triangle. So you get on one side these weird rooms that look into the street, which is again busy, noise, not ideal, very close.
Now, let's go back to the landing. We have the seating area for the landing. Comfortable couch, Eames chair, coffee table, sliding glass doors, open up to this breezeway that's hidden behind the metal screens. You can probably place a TV here. Instead, they have this beautiful art.
I would have made this a library because it doesn't really have that. You could have had bookcasing around it. You could have made it cozy. You could have created a little moment where you had the natural light coming in, reading section. Again, they didn't go all out over here.
Follow me this way. We have 2 bedrooms on this wing. We're gonna start with this one. Off of the entry, we have the built-in closet with bronze handles. Then the hallway takes you to a full bathroom. First, let's talk about the vanity, travertine countertop, big reveal, and then we have the walk-in shower here. The travertine that's used on the floors and on the walls are exactly the same.
Too much travertine. Again, it's not working for me. And then the wood tone is almost in the same tone. Again, it's a kind of a washed out oak color, not working for me.
Let's go back to the entry of the bedroom so we can check out the bedroom itself. Full-size bed, another window bringing natural light, angular lines, hardwood floors. Then we have the sliding glass doors opening up to a balcony. Amazing views of downtown Los Angeles.
Yeah, on a binocular zoomed out like professional lens camera between these 2 trees, you get a downtown LA view. Doesn't count.
Now, let's go back to the landing. Right on the other side, we have the third bedroom. This one comes with a king-size bed. Room is extremely spacious. We have the sliding glass doors here opening up to the balcony, shared with the bedroom on the other side. And if that wasn't enough, over here, we have a Juliet balcony that opens up to the same canyon and ocean views that the main floor is facing.
Okay, so this is the only corner room, and you kind of tells you about the topography of the lot. You're a little bit of a higher elevation on this side of the Stradella than the other side, and you get this window overlooking the properties on the other side that gives you that bright little spot to see through and get the partial downtown LA view. And then on this side, you get the west side view, right, with the hillside view. Interesting. I'm very impressed how cheaply he bought this property for 1.79, I want to say, in 2014. Again, a very, very good purchase.
Going back to the hallway, built-in cabinetry, full bathroom here, walk-in shower, gorgeous vanity. Let's go back to the seating area on the second floor so we can check out the primary bedroom suite. This is the staircase that leads up to the rooftop deck. We're gonna tour that last. And this pivot door here takes you to the primary bedroom. This room is very impressive. Floor to ceiling, sliding glass doors, open up to a private balcony.
Private balcony? Could you say this? Are you blind? Private balcony. Oh my God.
We have the king size bed here, but first I want to cover the seating area, 2 chairs, couch. It all faces the fireplace here. And because this house has angular lines, they brought a lot of these curved lines, curved cabinetry, or these curved walls to soften up the spaces and give a little bit more warmth to the property.
Cool moment, right? Again, as I said, you look at the view, you turn around, you see this little shelves, overall paneled. Again, the colors are not there. The palette is too much. It's not perfect. It's really not curated. But that's what you get being ahead of the curve, right? Like you're the one who's the guinea pig going in, experimenting with different stuff, and you learn, and they have learned from these designs. But overall, this is pretty good.
On the other side, we have the king size bed. This bed is custom. Frame is wrapped with suede leather, including this back wall. And I wanted to mention this detail because this is not a spec property, meaning this home wasn't built to sell. It was built for the owner.
But he's been trying to sell it ever since. Which is not ideal. Now, even if this property sells below $20 million, this guy's going to make money, okay? It all comes from your buy. But if this was a spec job, they would have been in trouble. Why? Because they overspent on this lot. This lot, I could have told you if you had hired me, inner circle, if I was consulting with you, was never going to give you that $38 million exit. And the main elements would have been privacy to begin with, lack of backyard for the neighborhood, and also, the lack of frontage and everything you've had. So I could foresee this. I can look at the architectural plans. I could look at a lot and tell you, what would be the best architectural style that will give you the highest resale value, how you should place the house on the lot, look at your architectural drawings, give you feedback, go back to your architect, go feedback, give you feedback on your interior design, finishes, all that stuff, to make sure you will do a much, much better job. And in 2026, I'm raising my prices. So speak to your tax guy and see if this investment would be a tax write-off for you in this year if you need that. You can even start with a pause and activate later so you don't pay the higher prices for 2026.
And now follow me this way so we can take this hallway here and check out the bathroom and the closet. I'm gonna start our tour with the closet. Beautiful island right in the center, onyx countertop, onyx back wall, open shelving with LED lighting, and again, beautiful curved lines with the cabinetry here. All these drawers are leather wrapped. I mean, talking about attention to detail here. Then on each side, we have these sections with built-in cabinetry, and they don't have the glass fronts yet. Like I mentioned earlier, they're still putting some of the finishing touches to this property. Walnut cabinetry, alabaster light fixture above, and you may think that's it for the closet. It's not. I'm actually gonna take everybody this way so we can check out the second closet. Island in the center, beautiful marble countertops, walnut cabinetry, and I can't get enough of these curves. I mean, look at the open shelving here. It's all leather wrapped, LED lighting. Details of this home is stunning. And we have another light fixture here. Now, this is also not it for the walk-in closet, because if you come here, you have this beautiful dressing area, built-in table, mirror that runs to the ceiling with bronze accents.
Wow, look at this. Amazing primary suite. His and her closet. A vanity, very spacious, views, fireplace, efficient layout, 4 bedrooms on the main floor. But guess what? Like the fact that in this case, he tried to appease and give that extra square footage to appease the family demographics was a mistake, because that backyard was never ever going to attract that family demographic who have a much bigger budget than bachelors, who are willing to pay that much money. They much rather go to where? To Lower Bel Air and get a proper state for $38 million, and you can get a great one for that price point. So you built a family house for a bachelor who's never going to use all those bedrooms upstairs. And if you knew that when you started this project, maybe you wouldn't have spent all this money, and you would have got a less expenses and probably the same exit price. That's what I do. That's why they pay me the big bucks.
Now let's check out the primary bathroom. This is without a doubt my favorite room in this house. Travertine is used extensively both on the front and for the countertop, as well as the back wall.
You see, again, this travertine cut is a little bit too much, but the fact that they've used one material, they just fluted it on the bottom side to give it a little texture. It's vein cut travertine all the way around. It looks more expensive, doesn't it? That's exactly what I was telling you guys on the main floor. Too much, way too much material. You don't have to experiment and show your designed appetite and how good you are. It's not impressive. You cheap it out.
Now, let me take you all to the other side. Look at this walk-in shower. It's all vein matched. Massive rain heads above, handheld fixtures, titanium finishes. We have a hallway here, built-ins with LED lighting, 2 water closets. Now we're on the balcony, glass railing, lounging area, space heaters above, and I really like the planter here and how they've incorporated that into the balcony.
Poorly landscaped, right idea. They probably downplayed this. They should have, played this planter area. Both is also in that facade behind the white mental hospital gates. They should have foreseen that the facade of the building from the street is going to get really ugly. And really try to make it more mysterious instead of white standing out. You see, this is a very common thing. If your facade is ugly, if you go with the lighter colors, it shows itself even more. If you go with darker colors, it hides it. Okay, you're welcome. That's a freebie for everyone.
With that, we're done on the second floor. Let's go upstairs so we can check out the rooftop deck. Another impressive level. Welcome to the rooftop deck. Natural stone floors. Before we go to the back where we have the amazing views, I wanted to bring everybody here because that door right there opens up to the elevator landing, which means elevator comes up to the rooftop deck, and we also have a full bathroom here, and I'll explain why we have a full bathroom in a second.
Enes, you don't have to explain. It's because no one wants to take the stairs down after having fun drinking upstairs on the rooftop. Now, having a rooftop here is not a good thing. You're really exposed from all angles on this rooftop. And again, it's like, yes, every house gets a rooftop. You don't have to spend money there. If you don't have the privacy element, I don't think it's a good thing to spend the money here.
Around the corner, we have an amazing outdoor kitchen that is currently not complete. Now I want to take everybody this way so we can check out these amazing views. Glass railing throughout, Pacific Ocean right in front of us, all the way to Catalina. This is breathtaking, and this is your rooftop deck.
I think the one element over here is just the floor. You could have brought that natural wood element over here to warm it up, give it a little bit more of a vacation home. This so far, it kind of looks like an afterthought. It doesn't have that plantation, it doesn't have that vegetation. You've just furnished it. I think this could have been done a lot nicer.
One of the top realtors in LA said something that stuck in my mind. He told me, Ori, I've been doing it for 26 years. I sold the best houses in LA. It's a jewel box.
Ori, Tom Ferry's a real estate coach. He teaches that. That's the script. We use that all the time, man. Let's go do our Arvin score, okay? Location. Look, you're not upper Bel Air, you're not lower Bel Air. It's on Stradella. I'm going to give it a 6.5. Lot quality. It's a really shitty lot. You have no frontage, right? You're repositioned. This triangular shape area, it's really nothing to brag about. A ton of engineering, caisson and everything. And salute to the architectural firm and the builders to make something out of it. But I can't give it anything more than a 3. Lot utilization. You have no frontage. You're literally on the street. Your backyard is a terrace with a swimming pool. Your side setback is very close to your neighbor. I can't give it anything more than a 4. Privacy. Massive problems. So many properties looking down on you. This is a major concern, especially for the price point. And I can't give it anything more than a 2. Lot orientation. You're south facing, you're going to get a lot of natural light. And on the street side, you're east facing, so you're going to get that morning sun coming in. But you're on a pass-through street, which is not ideal. I'm still going to give it 7.5 for how much natural light you're going to get. Architectural style. The facade is butt ugly, but you can fix that. And I think that's the number one thing you should focus on. Try to make the external experience something like that resonates with the internal experience. Go with mystery. Use that copper, bronze elements on the exterior with much better landscaping. Views. I said 6, 7, right? That's what you're going to get. Layout. I'm really impressed. I think for a small square footage, you come in, you get the wow factor, you get the right bedroom distribution. Your family room connects naturally to your kitchen. You gave utility to every single spot. And I really salute the architects for this. It's a 10. Scale and volume. Look, it was luxury, but not ultra luxury. It does not reflect the price point whatsoever. The main level was average, upper level on the lower side, basement definitely on the lower side. Then you had some small bedrooms. I can't give it anything more than a 6. Finishes. Look, for the time when this property was built, it was probably like a 9.5. They made some mistakes with using too much travertine in times, or the not the right color oak wood, but overall, you know, it was probably a 9.5, and right now it's still an 8.5. Okay, here's the Arvin score, but as I said before in my videos, sometimes one element, okay, like privacy, really destroys a house, and then a layout really gives it so much oomph and feeling that makes you want to buy it. And this property is just stuck between these two elements, right? You don't have to have 8 of them working at the same time. Sometimes one could kill it or make it work. Now, if you want to see the owner of the architectural firm that designed this property, his own primary house in South Africa, look at this. And if you want to learn more about the 10 principles, their interaction with each other, what elements make their scores higher or lower, sign up for the perfect mansion. Link is in the description. See you guys in the comments.